got to write this in completed square form. So it's going to be x something squared, and the bit which goes in the bracket here is always half of the number of x's, so that'll be minus 3. I always work out to see what I've written down. X minus 3 times by x minus 3 is x squared minus 3x minus 3 more x is minus 6x's, and minus 3 times minus 3 is plus 9. So what I've actually written down here is x squared, which is great, minus 6x, which is great, but I've also written down plus 9. I didn't want it to be plus 9, I only want it to be plus 7, so therefore I need to take away 2 from there. So I've now written down in that form. Hence state the minimum value of this, hence means from here, and state just means write it down. The minimum value of it is this bit here, the negative 2. And that is because the x minus 3 squared can never ever be 0. It can never ever be negative. The lowest it can be is 0, and 0 take away 2 is minus 2. Using your answer to part A, or otherwise, I could do it another way, but I might as well do it this way. And it's got the same equation here as it had at the top. So all I have to do is write down x minus 3 squared minus 2 equals 0, and now I have to keep on doing the opposite, just like solving a normal equation. Just do the opposite until I eventually find out what x is. I want to add 2 to both sides, and then that will give me that's x minus 3 squared equals 2. I then need to get rid of the squared bits, so I need to square root both sides, and that will give me that x minus 3 equals the square root of 2, but actually it's going to be plus or minus the square root of 2. And then finally I need to get rid of the minus 3, so I add 3 to both sides, and then when we write that down, that will just leave me with x on the left hand side. We normally put the 3 before the plus or minus root 2 because it makes more sense that way. So otherwise you have plus or minus root 2, add 3. It's confusing. This means 3 plus or minus root 2, and actually that does mean actually you could get 3 plus root 2 or 3 minus root 2 will be your answers, but that's how it wanted it left. So that's that question done.